avatar of the Innova. We have here features a new front grille and bumper with chrome fog lamp housings and a fog air dash. While looks are subjective, the new large chrome grille appears rather gaping and has dramatically altered the sleek front design theme of earlier Innovas. The headlights and bonnet are retained from the earlier model. From the side, the facelifted Innova gets new body graphics on the top-end ZX variant. Chrome side music and blacked-out green pillars. The car retains its 10-spoke alloy wheels. Around the back, the new Innova gets a chrome garnish from end to end of tailgate with reflectors placed between the license plate holder and tail lamp. The car also gets a chrome exhaust tip and a rear spoiler. The ZX variant of the Innova also comes with a height-adjustable driver's seat for a commanding view of the road ahead. There is also height-adjustable steering for added convenience. Now let's take a look at the second row seats. The ZX variant gets bucket seats for second row passengers that can be reclined for the long commute. As for a third row, there's two ways to get in. One is between the two seats and the other is to slide the rear seat forward and get in. Innova ZX packs in a healthy equipment list consisting of power windows all around with driver's side one-touch operation, electrically adjustable ORVMs, climate control, a double-din LCD touchscreen stereo with Bluetooth, USB and aux connectivity. It even has a DVD player and the unit itself is hooked to 6 speakers. The Innova ZX also gets a 12-volt power outlet in the center console, air conditioning vents for all 3 rows of passengers, remote central locking, and steering-mounted audio controls. There's also a multi-information display that showcases a range of information such as average speed, distance to empty, outside temperature, cabin temperature, and more. The Innova ZX only comes with bucket seats for second row, which means it is a 7-seater. The backrests for the bucket seats are supportive and under-thigh support is good as well. Legroom for second row occupants is always adequate. The third row seats, as is always the case with them, lack under-thigh support since they are located above the rear wheel arch. Quality of materials is good and fit and finish as always is top-notch in the Toyota Innova. The Innova continues to come with a 5-speed manual gearbox. The gearbox is easy to use and gear shifts are precise. The clutch is light and progressive and makes for stress-free driving even under heavy traffic conditions. The Toyota Innova continues to be powered by the proven 2.5-litre 4-cylinder common rail diesel engine that develops 102 PS of power at 3600 RPM and 200 Nm of torque between 1200 RPM and 3600 RPM. Setting off from standstill, the Innova is very responsive with peak torque available from as low as 1200 RPM and the gear ratios are perfectly matched to the engine's power delivery. NVH levels are contained with damping materials, but the clatter of the diesel engine is always evident inside the cabin. As the revs rise, the engine tends to get vocal, and past 110 km/h, there's a fair amount of engine noise inside the cabin. Despite the well-contained vibrations, driving at low RPM causes a lot of vibration for second and third row passengers from all the trim material, and it is best to avoid doing so. Sadly, it is a trait with Innova cab drivers as they don't have to change gears too often. On the economy front, the Innova has an ARAI claimed fuel efficiency figure of 12.99 kilometers to the litre. That said, the onboard computer indicated 11.7 kilometers to the litre for us. The long ratio of the gearbox means that you don't have to change gears too often. You can drop speed and pick it up in the same gear without a worry at all. Constructed on a C-on-C ladder frame chassis, the Innova has very evident van-like proportions, but the Innova belies its size and appearance once on the move. Toyota has done a fantastic job of balancing the vehicle, and it drives like a saloon rather than an MUV. Pushing it around corners allows you to experience the nimble handling characteristics that frankly give you liberties that other MUVs are simply not capable of. The Innova comes with independent wishbones up front and a non-independent 4-link rear suspension setup. The vehicle gets coiled springs at all 4 corners, and the suspension setup is perfect with the vehicle absorbing bumps and potholes without a bother, and at the same time not rolling too much around corners. There is none of the heaving and pitching over wavy roads in the Innova that makes it a commendable cruiser. It's only the sharpest of bumps that seep through to the cabin at higher speeds and can be unsettling for second and third row passengers. The ventilated front disc brakes and drum brakes at the rear always provide enough braking force, which combined with the ABS system brings the Innova to a halt without any drama whatsoever. On the safety front, the Toyota Innova ZX gets crumple zones, dual airbags at the front for the driver and passenger, and an anti-lock braking system. The Innova also comes with a rear view camera that is a boon while reversing this MUV, as rear visibility out of the car is limited when the third row seats are being used.
Having tested the ZX variant of the facelifted Toyota Innova, we can safely conclude by saying it remains a benchmark in its segment. With its stable on-road manners, practically set up engine and gearbox